Thank you.
Shout out to the workers, y'all! Thank you so much. Now, I think something that is so important is understanding that not only is this a working class struggle, this is a Palestinian struggle, this is a queer struggle, and this is a black liberation struggle! So I want to bring up our next speaker, who is an amazing organizer within the black community and just put out, co-edited an amazing book, No Cop City, No Cop World. Okay, show love. Give it up for Kamal.
Peace, everybody. Thank y'all all for being out here. Thank you for inviting me. I want to say succinctly, you live in a terrorist state. The United States is a terrorist state.
That's right.
The police over there are terrorists.
That's right.
ICE are terrorists.
That's right.
The FBI are terrorists. And you can't abolish the police without abolishing the state. You can't abolish ICE without abolishing the state.
That's right.
You can't abolish the FBI without abolishing the state. So what we need is a revolution. You have no rights in America. You need to get that clear. Any right that you have that can be taken away by an executive order means you never had it in the first damn place. You live in a slave state and you're the slave. So what must the slave do? The slave must revolt. The slave must have an uprising. We must get off the plantation. We must organize, organize, organize. The unions must organize the workers. The community people must organize the folks in the hood. We have to organize people on the streets. We have to organize people at our jobs. We have to organize, organize, organize. We have to fight back from this propaganda system that makes us believe that we can't win. Every president who has ever been so-called elected has been a terrorist. Trump was a terrorist. Biden was a terrorist. If Kamala Harris was elected, she would have been a terrorist. Obama was a terrorist. Jimmy Carter was a terrorist. That's right, the peanut farmer was a terrorist. And if we don't fight with everything we have, that's why we need the anarchists, we need the socialists, we need the nationalists. What we don't need is the liberals. Because the liberals are where movements go to die. The liberals are the liars. The liberals are the ones that keep you in check and stop you from being radical and stop you from being revolutionary. That tells you that if you vote, then you can change things. And that's a goddamn lie. You have to be out on the street and you have to convince the masses of people to be out here in the street with us. So we are doing a bad job. All of us. We have to do better. If we want radical change, if we want revolutionary change, we have to do better. We have to get our folks out in the streets. We have to get them organized. We have to march on the White House. We have to march at the Capitol. We have to march on ICE. We have to march everywhere and anywhere that they think they have power and take that power away from them and claim that power back for the people. All power to the people.
The people united will never be defeated!
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 El pueblo unido jamás será
All right, y'all. I want you to repeat after me. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop.
Louder, say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop.
Louder!
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop.
Woo! Can you believe we haven't even hit 1 year of the Trump administration yet? January 20th marks 1 year of this second administration by Trump. Shame. He has done so much in such a short amount of time. This is on purpose. It's a strategy. It's a strategy called flooding the zone. They want to throw so many bad things at us at once. So much nonsense in the news that we feel overwhelmed and we stay home. And we feel bad. And we feel depressed. And we feel powerless. But do you feel powerless? Do you feel hopeless? Do you believe that we can build something better? Then that means it's not working. It's not working. We're not fooled, are we, folks? There is a growing call to action across the country for January 20th, telling everyone at 2 p.m. on January 20th, walk out of work, walk out of school, and join a rally near you. People across the country are going to walk out on January 20th to say that we're going to stop the billionaire agenda once and for all. That's the kind of action we need to build towards, but it's not going to happen overnight. We got to talk to our neighbors. We have to talk to our co-workers. We have to talk to our fellow students. We have to make a plan, and we have to organize. Is that right? If you want to get plugged into the movement to build to January 20th, there's a volunteer meeting happening tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the Atlanta Liberation Center, where we will go to every corner of this city to spread the word. And if you want to stay in the loop about more events like that, you can speak to anyone with a clipboard, or you can pull out your phone and text the word liberation to 55444. That's liberation to 55444. Is this going to be the last protest you attend? Is this going to be the last time you take action? Are you going to fight until all of us are free all around the world? Do you believe that we can pull it off? Then I need you to say it like you mean it. I believe that we will win. I know that we will win. I believe 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 that we will win. Say, I believe that we will win. Say, I believe that we will win. We have just a couple more speakers left before we close our program, folks. Make sure you stick around. Everyone make some noise for my comrade, Gaia! Hey, what do we want? And when do we want it? Say, what do we want? And when do we want it? If we don't get it, if we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down.
back there. And on top of that, independent studies have repeatedly shown that Venezuela is not a significant source of drug trafficking into the U.S. So this claim is nothing but a distraction to manufacture war. The real reason Trump has been quite open about. He said that the United States will be running Venezuela and making money from what they keep calling our oil. So this is not a war on drugs, it's a war for oil. It's an attempt to occupy a sovereign nation and steal its wealth, following the same colonial playbook used in Iraq, Libya, and elsewhere. But this war isn't just about bombs and invasions. Sanctions are an act of war. Sanctions kill over 500,000 people every year, and the U.S. has sanctions on over a third of the world. But the U.S. has been resorting to many tactics, including piracy, stealing tankers of Venezuelan oil off of their coast. So what is their goal? These acts all come back to prepare for global war against none other than China. China has been a growing economic pull that have allowed nations to take an independent path and not rely dependent on the blood-soaked United States. It is China who is Venezuela's #1 trading partner, and it is China who have also managed to lift 800 million people out of extreme poverty. And so these U.S. war hawks will use every tool in their arsenal, whether it's bombs, sanctions, but even diplomacy. This sham international law that the U.S. violates repeatedly and is never held accountable. And it all comes to subjugate and isolate China, Venezuela, Cuba, or any nation that show there is a better pathway forward. With the ultimate goal of returning the people of the world to the colonial era, where no one had control over their resources and no one had sovereignty to build for their people except for the colonialists. But these attacks are not new. They've happened over decades under both Republicans and Democrats. We cannot forget it was Obama who placed those crippling sanctions on Venezuela, reducing their economic output by 99%. An act that has killed hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans and innocent people over the years who have been forced to mass immigrate to the United States. And again, these sanctions are acts of war. And so now, during this war crime, where are the Democrats? They have refused to adequately oppose the invasion because they're in support of it too. They aren't against war. They're only against how Trump has gone about war. They're saying, I wish you asked us first. So we need to be clear that this is a bipartisan war on the world. Imperialism is not a bipartisan policy, it's not a policy decision. Imperialism is a built-in, deep-rooted feature of this nation and this capitalist system. The boot of imperialism has been on the necks of the people of the world for far too long, but the people are standing up and we're saying we will never be colonies again. The people of Venezuela, the people of Nigeria, of Latin America, of Africa, of Asia have experienced colonialism for decades and they refuse to go back because they fought for their independence. And so we will fight for the independence of the world right here in the belly of the beast. It is our tax dollars, it is our $1 trillion military budget that subjugates the world. So we here immediately demand the release of Nicolas Maduro and Celia Flores, an end to this sham of a trial, and their safe return to Venezuela. And we call on the people across the United States to mobilize in support of this demand. We call on unions, community organizations, churches, students, and all who oppose war and imperialism to stand up. Because our enemies aren't abroad. Our enemies and the real criminals are those on Wall Street, are those in the White House, and are the billionaires. And to you, we find you guilty. We find you guilty of war crimes, and we find you and ICE agent Jonathan Ross guilty of murder. It is the United States that stands in the way of united North and Southern America as well. And I don't know about y'all, but I can't wait until the midterms. I want to win today. So we're going to organize like our lives depend on it, because they do. And we're going to fight to liberate the people of the United States, but also the world. The people united will never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated.
I said the people united will never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated.
Say her name, Renee.
Say her name, Renee.
Justice for Renee.
Justice for Renee.
Say her name, Renee.
Say her name, Renee.
Justice for Renee.
Justice for Renee.
Money for jobs and education.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for racist deportations.
Not for racist deportation.
Money for jobs and education.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for racist deportation.
Not for racist deportation.
Unite and fight for immigrant rights.
Unite and fight for immigrant rights.
I said unite
2020? We walking out. Where you gonna be on January 20th? Where you gonna be on January 20th? All right. Give it up for our next speaker, Meredith. They are an immigrant lawyer. And yes, give it up for the people's lawyers, y'all. We love it. We love the people's lawyers.
Thank you. My name is Meredith. I'm an immigrants and human rights attorney, and I'm joining you here today to stand against ICE and the U.S. war machine. Since its inception, U.S. empire has forced itself and its imperial interests upon indigenous people, the Western Hemisphere and beyond, with colonial violence, sanctions, and bombs. For far too long, the U.S. government has deceptively and dishonestly invoked principles of democracy and security to justify violent interventions domestically and abroad, directly causing the deaths of millions of people.
Shame! Shame!
In the dead of night on January 3rd, U.S. forces descended upon Caracas, breaking and entering into the home where the President and First Lady slept. In the process of kidnapping the sitting head of state of the sovereign state of Venezuela, U.S. forces murdered over 100 human beings in cold blood while American bombs rained on Caracas. Blasting civil infrastructure and cultural monuments into rubble. These vicious attacks intended to shock and intimidate, blatantly violate both U.S. and international law, as well as Venezuela's sovereignty, and threaten death and instability across the region and the world. Since September of 2025, the U.S. military has murdered at least 123 civilians in boat strikes off the coast of Venezuela and the Caribbean, executing innocent people without provocation or evidence. Since last January, the U.S. has deported hundreds of Venezuelans to El Salvador, where they are abused and tortured daily at the infamous Secot maximum security prison under the vicious Bukele regime. At the same time, the United States is dismantling refugee protections and asylum, having the audacity to call a global forced displacement crisis of its own making an invasion. These are only the latest escalations. A 2019 study estimates that U.S. sanctions killed approximately 40,000 Venezuelans between 2017 and 2018 alone, a number that has only continued to rise and adds to millions of deaths resulting from U.S. sanctions across the globe. And this is not only happening outside of the United States' so-called borders. Every day in cities across the U.S., militarized police forces and ICE kidnap community members from their homes, schools, places of employment, and places of worship, terrorizing civilians as they go about their daily lives. These ICE officers wreaking havoc, chaos, and death across the country are trained right here in Georgia at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Brunswick. In the past 2 weeks alone, ICE has taken the lives of 6 people. Geraldo Lunes Campos, Luis Gustavo Nunez Cáceres, Luis Beltran Yanes Cruz, Parity La, Keith Porter, and most recently, Renee Good.
Shame!
ICE murdered Renee Good, a mother, as she was bearing witness to a violent illegal raid in a residential neighborhood.
Murderer!
Jonathan Ross, that